Hello, welcome to Willow Legal Group's Coffee Chat. We are here today with Christina Grove. Christina is a financial coach. She is a seasoned financial professional and has worked in the areas of debt collection, banking, and investments before she went out and launched her own financial coaching business. So Christina's business is Prosperity Grove, and she started in April of 2021. She focuses on helping individuals find clarity and direction with their finances, and which helps kind of replace that stress and anxiety that we all can feel when you're in that cash crunch or you have a lot of debt. And so it really helps folks feel more confident and secure in their day-to-day life. So Christina is a Maryland native, and some of her favorite things include being in nature, watching and practicing dance, and studying books. So welcome, Christina.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you guys.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. So why don't you start off and tell us a little bit about what a financial coach does and how do you work with folks?
Yeah, absolutely. So like you had stated, I work with people who are really just stressed out about some area of their finances. Maybe they've tried going a specific avenue or trying a specific strategy, and it's just not working for them. And so they need some support in figuring out next steps in whatever they may be going through, right? So sometimes people are struggling with their spending habits, or they're not really paying attention to what they're spending. And so they're like negative cash flow at the end of the month. Some people, in addition to that, might be struggling with using a credit card, not really paying attention to their transactions, or they're living beyond their means. Then, other people are struggling with, money mindset, or money boundaries. That's another big one that I help a lot of people with, is money boundaries with loved ones in their lives, whether it be children, adult children, or even, partners, spouses, things like that. So I honestly can help with any part of the journey. I like to tell people that I help them with making, saving, spending, and investing their money. Now, not to create confusion, I don't help with asset management at this point in my career. Previously, I did, but now I look at investing from a different perspective. So investing your resources in things that are going to give you a return on investment in your life, not necessarily on your money. So, basically creating the lifestyle that you want to live, that you feel like you deserve. And I provide a lot of support and accountability as people are making changes in their lives. We come across challenges, we stumble, we fall, right? We need support to kind of guide us and keep us going. And so I'm a cheerleader also. That's what a financial coach is. That's what I do.
Yeah. So talk to us a little bit about the importance of budgeting and setting a budget, following a budget. I know I talk to a lot of people, it stresses them out. The idea of budgeting stresses me out until I learned that it was more of a, allocation, right?
Yes.
Not so much like, oh my gosh, I've got to hit these numbers, right?
I love that you said that. So budget is, a lot of people do not like the word budget, right? It makes them feel constricted. It makes them feel like they're not allowed to spend their own money, right? So one of the things that I like to talk about is finding a new word for budget. So allocate, just like you said, a lot, designate, right? So in creating a budget or an allocation strategy, you're able to assign your money to specific categories of things that are important to you, right? Your goals. So for example, if a core value for your lifestyle is to travel and experience things and go on vacation, then you want to budget or allocate, right, a certain amount of money, either weekly or monthly, to be able to fund that travel. So instead of looking at it from, a budget is going to tell me that I can't spend my money. No, you're telling your money where to go. Okay. So,
well, I like that.
What the original question was.
Your money, right?
Say that again.
You're the boss of your money.
Absolutely. 100%. Absolutely. So you get to decide where it goes. And so that's part of the exercises that I go through with my clients, is identifying, what does prosperity mean to you, right? What is the type of lifestyle that you want to live? And we identify those areas that you want to designate or allocate that money. It's really, really important to just know where your money is going. So another strategy that I talk with my clients about is giving themselves a spending budget, which you can call it an allowance, you can, whatever you want to call it, but it's a pool of money that you're allowed to spend without having to account for it or talk about it, right? So you can spend it on whatever you want, but you're allocating those funds just like you're allocating funds to your house, or you're allocating funds to your retirement, or you're allocating funds to your vacation. You're allocating a certain amount of money every month to be guilt-free or carefree spending.
That's great.
I like the carefree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and spending things on, we recently had a conversation in our house about money, using money for joy, right? And using money to bring you joy, and looking at it that way. Not only it's a tool, right, for your life, to pay rent and heat and all of that, but also to make it work and bring you joy, or to do things that bring you joy.
When you are able to identify those things that bring you joy, and okay, I am choosing to put my money in this area. When you're put in a position to spend money at the store or anywhere, you're mindlessly shopping online or window shopping online because you're bored, there's the ability to pause and say, okay, no, I want to spend my money on this thing that brings me joy. So I'm going to choose not to. It's like a reminder, right? So that you're not mindlessly spending money. So I love that you said that. Yeah.
Well, and I think as we are, wrapping up from the holiday season, right, that folks they've been spending, right? Because you spend through the holidays if you haven't allocated for presents, etc., right? It's a time of spending, and that's the message we all get. And so folks that may find themselves still in debt from that, or in debt otherwise, what are some good tips, starting points to think through managing that debt?
Yeah, so I'm going to take it back to values. So holiday season, it's a season of giving. People are overspending. I don't remember the numbers, but I want to say that the average family spends more than $1,000 on Christmas gifts or the holiday season, on average, right? That's a lot of money. I mean, depending on your lifestyle and your situation, right? That can be a lot of money. A lot of families go into debt in order to put Christmas presents under the tree. So I encourage people to really sit back and think about, what does the holiday season truly mean to you? Not what does society tell you what it's supposed to be about, but what does it truly mean to you? And what is the lesson or the legacy that you want to leave behind to your kids? Do you want them to go into adulthood knowing that, oh, I had 20 presents under the tree? Or do you want them to go into adulthood knowing that my family spent time together and I was truly loved? You know what I mean? Because my family spent time with me and we made crafts together and we laughed and we, those kinds of things. So what are your true values around the holiday season? And then if part of that is gift giving, then give yourself a budget. Give yourself a reasonable number. What's reasonable to you, right? And that's different for everybody. Right. Is it $100 per kid? Is it $500 for the whole family? It could be more than that, right? I don't want to put too high numbers out there, but, figure out what is the right number for you that feels good. And then, divide that up amongst the people that you're buying gifts for. I know people who have historically bought presents for neighbors and coworkers. And do you need to buy for everybody? Because, you don't have to buy for everybody. And just because somebody gives you a gift does not mean that you are obligated to reciprocate that and give them a gift back. I'm just saying it's not required. You can say thank you and you can enjoy the gift that's given to you without feeling obligated to turn around and give them something else. Especially if you're in a financial situation where you can't afford to return, right? You can honor that in other ways. You can make things, you can, exchange kids and give parents free time without kids. I mean, there's all kinds of things you can do without spending money on gifts.
That's time without kids, Lindsay.
Like today.
It's one of the best gifts.
But that brings up a really good point. And I think where I struggle or one of the places is the teacher gifts. And, it's like, my preschool, there's a lot of teachers. And then, once you get into elementary school, there's a main teacher, but then you have music and art and all the things. And it's like, where do you draw the line? What is, and I've struggled with that because then I see Facebook. I shouldn't be even looking on Facebook, but I see Facebook where people are like, I just did 27 gifts for all my kids' teachers. And I'm like, holy crap. And I feel like that societal pressure, like you were saying, is really difficult for some. I mean, it's difficult for me, but yeah. So I don't know, I guess.
So I think it comes, instead of thinking about what the person on Facebook was doing or what, society is telling you to do, like what do you think is the right way to do something? You can give back to your teacher in other ways than giving her a $15 Starbucks gift card with a mug that's the shape of an apple. I don't know.
Right.
You can, depending on what your schedule looks like, you can volunteer time to the students. You can come in, you can read a story, give that teacher a break. You can come in, do craft time, give that teacher a break. You could ask, because I know a lot of teachers have to provide the supplies for their classrooms, right? So after all of the school supplies go on sale, you could stock up on, $20. $20, go buy a whole bunch of pencils and erasers and Elmer's glue, and then give that to the teacher as a gift instead of something at Christmas time.
Yeah.
What else?
Those are just great ideas.
So Christina, tell us some about what inspired you to become a financial coach and to kind of help people and families in this area.
Yeah. So I've had a lot of, I entered the financial industry when I was 16 years old. And I've worked in the financial sector my entire life in various different positions. A lot of them were in some way or another sales positions. I enjoyed everything that I was doing. I enjoyed working with my clients. I enjoyed helping them in that area of whatever it was, right? If it was debt collections and they were going through some stuff and I was able to help out with a payment plan and get them back on track, right? Like that was really cool. What I struggled with through my career, which I kind of had an epiphany in Q1 of 2021, and that's why I started my business, was with all of the positions that I had and all the people that I was serving, I could only go so far. The conversation could only go so far because my job, my role required me to move on to the next client. So, and I always wanted to go deeper with my clients, but I wasn't. So I always wanted to go deeper, right? But I couldn't for whatever reason. And so that I kind of stumbled. I didn't even know financial coaching was a thing. And I kind of stumbled across this job title, and I'm like, what is that? Like, how do you do that? And I did some research, and I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be, right? Because I get to meet my clients where they are. I get to help them identify the things that they want and help them implement strategies to get there. And then I can walk with them through that and continue to help them through the challenges that they're going through. So that's kind of, lifelong career kind of led me to this. And I am so thankful that I am here. This is where I feel like I'm truly meant to be, in the way of serving people.
That's awesome. And if there was one piece of advice that you wish more people understood when it came to financial coaching, or dealing with finances, money allocation, paying off debt, that piece, what's that one thing? If you can narrow it down to one.
That is a really good question. I think the one thing that I stress, and I really want everybody to understand and believe, is that there is not one way to do something. There's not one way to budget your money. There's not one way to pay off your debt. There's not one way to save for retirement. There are many, many, many ways to do each of those things. And you can incorporate multiple strategies at once to accomplish one or multiple goals. A common misconception is that people cannot save money or save for retirement while they're paying off debt. That is false. So you can do both at the same time. And that percentage of allocation is going to look different for every person, but you can do both. And I encourage everybody to do both at the same time. So that's what I would say. There's not one way to do any particular thing with your finances.
I like it.
So last question, unless Lindsay, you've got anything that we missed?
I don't think so. All good stuff.
Yeah, this has been really great. So Christina, what's the one thing you can't live without in your day-to-day life?
Oh my gosh. My calendar. If it's not on my calendar, it's not happening.
Yeah.
That's what, well, and my coffee, because I need to start my day with coffee. So coffee and calendar. Yeah.
Yep. Agreed. 100%.
Well, awesome. Well, thank
Awesome.
you for joining us. This has been great. And we will link Christina's information in the chat. And I think she's got a great handout for folks that want to learn more about working with her and learn more about financial coaching. So we will share that in the comments.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ida. This has been great.